Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. One interesting concept that I'm going to tell you today in the Chrome itself. In the Chrome DevTools, now you can record and play your script. And then later on, you can export your script in Puppeteer or Cypress or WebDriver IO or in normal JSON. In fact, you can record it once again. You can do that. You don't need any external plugin like Selenium IDE or any Cypress recorder or any record and play plugin. It's by default now, it's there in the Chrome, and you just need to have a Chrome. I think from 109 onwards, it's already there. So I think recent version of Chrome is 118 or 119. So you can just start using this feature. By default, it's already there, absolutely free of cost. So what is the advantage? Advantage is that, let's see, sometimes we really need to interact with some complex element and we are not able to find the right XPath or right locator. So how exactly Chrome is detecting or inspecting that element? Chrome will give you, the browser will give you all the options, like either it is XPath or CSS or any other locator strategy that you want to apply. You can apply there, you can customize it there. So in this case, without using any specific tool, like why to write the code in Selenium first? Better to check it here, that is it really Chrome is really able to automate and execute the scenario or not. So for the development point of view, for the debugging point of view, and for a test automation point of view also, it's a really nice feature that they have added. In fact, you can automate any kind of use case written with the or application designed with iframe or SVG or Shadow DOM or any complex use case. Every mouse and keyboard event also it can recognize. You can add some your own assertions also for the validation point of view, or let's say you really want to wait for the specific element when you land on this particular page. Let's say I really want to apply register account is there or not, so I can apply that. And in fact, I can give a suggestion to the Chrome that, okay, hey, that I want to identify the specific element on the basis of, let's say, data test ID or test data ID defined by the developers. So let's see how to do this. So what you just need to do here is simple open your Chrome DevTools. So right click and go to inspect. So this is your Chrome DevTools actually, right? So the first element is called, element section is called your DOM, where number of HTML elements and everything is here. So what you have to do here, you just simple click on these three dots here and go to more tools. So simple go to more tools, and here you simple go to the recorder here. This tool that you have to add, or this tab that you have to add here. So you can say that recorded, add it here. So you can just drag and drop anywhere and where exactly you are comfortable. So let's see, I'm just putting it here and that's it. After that, what you have to do, here you will see that measure performance across an entire user journey. You can record any user journey, record a common user journey on your website or app, replay the recording and check if the flow is working, generate a detailed performance trace, or export a Puppeteer script for testing. In fact, you can export in Puppeteer, WebDriver IO, and the Cypress and the normal JSON also. You can see the code. Okay. So what we just need to do, let's start simple. Let's see, this is a registration flow. First, we will do a user registration, and then we will do some search for the specific product, add to cart, and then we will do some checkout there. That's it. Okay. Something like this we will do on this e-commerce application. Okay. So let's start, create a new recording. It's asking that, what is your recording name? So I'm just giving a recording name that, okay, this is open cart user registration flow, something like this that I'm writing. And it's asking that, do you have any specific attribute you want to add while selecting the element or checking the element? So let's see, sometime in application, what happens, a developer they have already given the data test ID or test data ID or any specific unique locator that you really want to define, which is designed for your web pages. You can mention here. If you don't have that, you can just make it blank here. Selected types to record. So by default, it will give you these suggestions that CSS, ARIA, area for the accessibility attributes or any labels that you have added, text of the element like text of the header or labels or any links, XPath or the peers, that also you can add it. So generally I prefer, let's say, CSS text and the XPath, although if you are having the IDs also for your elements, you can define ID, because let's see, this for this application, all these elements are having some IDs also. So I'm simple say, okay, find ID. Also, I can define it here like that. And that's it. And then after that, you have to start the recording from here. So see, I'm going to start the recording from here, and we will do a complete user flow. So I'll do one thing. Let me just slightly little down here and then start recording. So I'm clicking on this button and then fine. So what we have to do, the first thing that we have to do a user registration here. So let's see my first name, I'm writing that again, Naveen, and then I'm writing some testing. Then I'm writing test at the rate naveenautomation.com, something like this. I hope the font size is good because I just want to maintain, normal font size and the page zoom in here so that you can see recording plus this page together properly. Okay. Telephone number, some 10-digit number that randomly I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the password that I'm writing, let's see, test at the rate 123. One more password that I'm writing, test at the rate 123. Then I'm saying subscribe is equal to yes. Then I'm saying privacy policy. Click on this checkbox and click on continue here. So when you click on continue, you can see that account has been created successfully. And then after that, I click on continue once again. And now the user has logged in successfully. Then I'll do one thing. I'm going to search for some product here. So let's say I'm searching for the iMac here. And when you search for iMac, simple click on this and iMac product is visible. Click on this iMac, the product. And then after that, simple click on add to cart here. Okay, I don't want to save the password. Click on add to cart. When you click on add to cart, let's go to the shopping cart. And in shopping cart and something like this, it says that, okay, maybe this product is not available. So let me just cross this. Any random, just product I'm adding it. MacBook is, let's see, already added. And then you simply click on checkout. When you click on checkout, and then if you really want to fill this form, you can fill that. But let's see, I think this is more than enough. And I'm simple click on end the recording here. When you end recording, you will see that complete flow, a complete user journey started from the screenshot and everything it's giving, and every step also it's giving that. In fact, the key up, down that I have used multiple times, that is also added here. So if you really want to delete a specific step, that you can remove it, but that particular step, let's see, for example, I'm removing it. Okay, but I'll do one thing that I'm just going to run it again. So it says slow replay. So there are 4 options are available: slow, very slow, extremely slow, or the normal one. So I'll do one thing. I'm just running in the very slow format so that I can see is really working or not. So here you can, let's do one thing that, see, it will start the recording and it got failed here because on says that, okay, from the account registration page is displayed or not, because we have already logged in, right? So let me just log out and then I'll start the recording once again. Okay. So I'll do one thing. I'll start from the registration page because this is the first step, first page that we have written. And let's again slow. Okay. Although this application, see, it will start writing. See, can you see it got entered Naveen, then last name, it will enter automatically. It's very slow. That's why it's putting very slow here. You can make it fast also. Although this user ID is, email ID is already taken. So I'm just, quickly manually updating some value here. Why? Because this email ID is already taken. So let me just, if I can update. Now I have updated. Account has been created. And it will search for iMac now. See, it's searching for iMac. I'm not doing anything. And it's searching for iMac. And it's actually running the script here. And after iMac, it's clicking on the product iMac. And then after that, it will add to cart, shopping cart. And then on the shopping cart, it will just delete the remove button. Click on the remove button, and then that's it. Okay, so this is like overall flow. You can see it got executed and there is no failure step as such over here. Right. And with the proper screenshot and everything, you can see it here. Okay. Now, if you really want to see the code, you can see the code also here. So for example, simple show code. And then you can just select from here that which code that you really want to show. Puppeteer, see, same thing, Puppeteer. And if you're using Playwright, similar kind of a code you will see here that with the Puppeteer, something like this. This is the Puppeteer code that got generated. I hope that you will be more comfortable with the Cypress test. So in Cypress, what we do that describe and it block is already written. This is the viewport and this is the application that we are visiting. And then you can just simple cy.get and everything. And see, it's taking ID, which is equal to this because we have defined the ID also. And where ID is not available, it will take the XPath by default. Okay, because we have selected the checkbox for the XPath while recording the script, before recording the script, right? And then after that, whatever the flow is there, it is written here like that. Okay. If you really want to see for the WebDriver IO test also, that also you can see that in the WebDriver IO, what we do, that simple browser object that we use, browser.url, and then to have URL, and then dollar function that we used it for the finding the creating the element and action that we are performing, click and the set value like this. Or whatever the script that you don't need, that you can just simple remove that particular script from there and just simple copy this and paste it in your editor, and then you can just modify and customize the script accordingly, and then you can use it directly from there. So this feature is really good if you really want to quickly run it. So for example, let's say I really want to run it again, and what exactly we were doing that we were entering something. Let me just, okay, set viewport. This is a registration. Click change key up, key down, and change the value. See, for every attribute, it will give you some information. So for example, let me just, log out from here and see, this was my registration page. So the advantage here is that we can just quickly check that this is the last name that we entered, and it says that, okay, there are two selectors it's showing, ID equal to this one, input hyphen this name, and the next path also you can just simple copy from here. If you really want to add next time, if you really want to run it, you can add the more XPath here or any other CSS selector or any other selector that you can add it here as well, right? If you really want to add some timeout, that also you can just add it. Any frame or asserted events also, if you want to add, you can add it here. If you really want to change the value, next time I don't want to enter testing, I want to enter something else. Let's say I'm entering test automation. So the last name will be test automation, or testing automation will be entered there. Okay. Then I'll do one thing that the moment I launch this application, then I'm clicking where, let's see where exactly it's clicking. It's clicking on the input first name. It's clicking, and then after that, change means entering the value. This is just like send keys here, and then enter value NA. So this is NA, then again change, and the value Naveen will be added. So better, why to write NA, directly write Naveen. So in that case, I can delete this particular step also, guys. Right, this step is unnecessary added, so I can just simple click on it and then remove this step. I don't need this. Right, and then again remove this particular step also. I don't need this, and simple say directly add Naveen here. But let's see, before entering Naveen, I want that this register account should be displayed. Right, I really want to wait for the register account, and then you start entering the values. That also we can do it. You simple click on this and click on add step before. See, it says wait for the element. Which element? So here it's giving me the inspect icon also. So simple click on it and then inspect, let's see, whatever register account, and see it says this is a header H1 and it's creating the XPath, and it says that, okay, fine, the register account, we are waiting for this particular element. That also we can do it here. So this is an extra step that we have added here, right? Wait for element, and element is register account. See, right? If you really want to delete this, you can delete that. If you really want to remove it, you can remove it. Like this also you can do that. And in fact, you can add the breakpoint debugger also, you can add it. We will see this feature as well, but let's do one thing. I really want to run it again, and the email ID on this registration form, it will not take the duplicate email IDs. So I'll do one thing. I'm looking for the email ID where email ID is getting entered. So let's see this one, and then again I'm going to change and see it's entering test at the rate, right? Because I actually give a pause while entering the test at the rate. So that's why it's taking only test at the rate. And then in the next change, it was entering test at the rate gmail.com. So I'll go to the next change here, and then I'll update my, okay, it's not there. Nice. Okay, here you can see test at the rate naveenautomation.com. So I'll do one thing. Now I'm writing test, let's see, Google at the rate naveenautomation.com, so that this time it will be unique. So, okay, don't expect that we can parameterize it and all those things. This feature is not there, obviously, because when you run it again, you have to update your email ID. So here it's not like parameterization or something like this. We can do it. No, okay, no code that you cannot add it that randomly generating some email ID or some a faker library you are adding to generate the email IDs. It is not supported here. This is just a Chrome Dev Tools, a basic flow. You can write it and then test it here, right? So let's see, run it again, really working or not. And then this time I'm just making it little normal or normal mode, right? So let's run it. So see this carefully. You can see that it's entering all the values, password and everything. Although I have did not select the checkbox. Okay, maybe. But see, it's searching for the iMac, clicking on iMac, shopping cart. And I think it's done. Okay, great. So I think it's done. If something is not working, it will give you the red line error. And you can check that what happened with this. And it says timeout for 500 milliseconds. Maybe for checkout or shopping cart, it's not visible. So I can change the XPath or maybe locator. I can change it once again. Okay. So I think almost done. And then you can simply see that, yeah, the script is absolutely working fine almost. If you really want to modify a couple of other steps, you can modify that accordingly. Again, you want to check the code, that also we can do it. So just simple drag this section here. And let's say I really want to generate the Cypress test, that also I can use it here. Okay. So this is what that they have given. If you really want to export, you can export that also. You really want to import any specific script, that also you can just simple click on this import, and then you can just simple add your Cypress file or whatever. I think it will be converted. I haven't tested that feature. Maybe you can test it later. Okay. Now, if I really want to use, let's say, some other script on some other page, so that also you can do it. So simple, again, click on new recording here, plus, and a new recording also you can do it here. So for example, let's see, this is a book flow. So application is from, let's see, here to here. This is the main application. And this actually element is actually available within the shadow DOM. So I'll right click on it and go to inspect. And again, going to the recorder. And let's create a new here. So let's see, this is a book flow. Okay. And all those things that I'm going to use it, and click on start recording. And I enter something here. Let's say I'm simple entering books, searching for the books. Click on book number 1, click on preview, and that's it. After that, end the recording. So you can see that it's actually inspecting the shadow DOM elements as well. See, I'll show you, this is actually returned with the shadow DOM. When you try to enter the value here, this is shadow root open element, right? So it is actually recording it. And if you really want to quickly replay, you can replay that again. See, it will enter books and searching for the books. And then it will click on, I think, the first one or something. Or maybe if it is not able to click, then you can increase this timeout also. Right. So yeah, this is also working fine. And you can just again click on show code. And then this is a WebDriver IO test. Selenium Java is not there. WebDriver IO, that is what that they have given. And if you really want to see the Cypress test, that also you can use it here. See, simple Cypress test that got added here. So advantage is that if you really want to check for this, let's see, we are clicking on it and then we are entering the value, this books. So this is called change event instead of send keys. So it says that ID equal to value. So it doesn't matter that you are having any iframe or any kind of shadow DOM. It will automatically pierce into the shadow DOM and then inspect that particular element there. Okay. But make sure that, okay, when you use your script in Cypress or WebDriver IO, make sure that, okay, that is giving me the shadow DOM elements or not. So see here, it's not giving me any information about the shadow DOM. So that script, you have to customize it and update it accordingly, because the exactly same script might not work with WebDriver IO, because here it is not bothering about the shadow DOM. So other than that, whatever the script that you have written, see, all the scripts will be visible here. Okay, open cart and this one. So again, let's go to the open cart, and then you can just quickly run it once again. So let's quickly run it once again. It's really working or not. So see, it will open registration page, once again, entering the value, see, like this. Although the username, email ID is again common, duplicate email ID. Oh, this time it's taking nice. And whatever the use flow is there, it will perform that use flow. And looks like this is the last step. Okay, so looks good. Fine. So you can see everything in the green color. So it is absolutely working fine once again. Now, if I really want to open the performance panel of this particular user journey, that also in the same tab, you can use it here. So simple click on performance panel here. Okay, see, it's the UI is not okay. Now, see the performance panel is saying the opening the processing profile. You can monitor the heap and then documents, JavaScript heap, nodes, listeners, GPU, memory, and everything. And you can analyze the performance. You have to understand that, okay, how exactly. See, with the screenshot, it says how exactly it is actually reading and then entering the value and the page render time, memory utilization, and everything. It's taking it. If you don't want to use a screenshot, you can ignore the screenshot also. If you don't want to see the memory graph, you can ignore the memory graph as well. Okay, so you can check that, okay, what is how much milliseconds or seconds it's taking to load the specific event or specific page. And then those things you can just monitor here. The only thing is you should know that how to utilize and then how to read these graphs. Okay, so this is actually representing the CPU utilization, which is very less over here. You can see GPU memory is almost very less. And JS heap and everything is also very less. The listeners graph is slightly high, so this is taking around 1708 milliseconds for this particular event and all. So yeah, so I'm not focusing much on this. Even I'm not sure that, okay, how exactly the graphs and everything is getting displayed here, but it's giving you some basic information about the graphs and everything, the pie charts, the range of each and every event, loading, scripting, rendering, painting, system idle and everything. So total, it took around 6797 milliseconds to display all the elements and everything on the page. And while rendering the page, you can do that. And then you can just click on this. You can save this particular profile in the form of JSON, and then you can share it with your developers or other automation engineers. So like this also, you can just simple do it here. Okay. So performance panel also, you can open it, replay also, you can do it, or any kind of n number of workflows. You can start it from here. This is something very handy, and then it will always be there with you here. And whenever you want to open a specific workflow, select the specific workflow and then run it again. Don't expect that, okay, it will always work 100% correct. Might be page got changed or might be some sync issue or something that could be could be an issue. So in that case, your script might get failed. But yeah, if 90% thinks it's working fine, then you can just simply go and check it here like this. So for example, let's quickly run this again. See, this is books one, and entering the books. And actually, what we did actually earlier, yeah. So the last one is not working. Maybe the preview is not working. So I can just maybe delete this particular step. I don't need this, remove this step. Okay. So this is a thing that we can do. Set viewport is there by default. Let's say it's taking around width and height this. So you can change the viewport also if you want to use this. Navigate, if you tomorrow you want to change the URL, you can change the URL also. And then it's clicking on this particular search text field, and then change event means entering the value. So this is what I'm entering the value. So let's see, instead of books, now I really want to search for something else. So let's say I'm searching for the novels, and then simple save it and then run it again. So let me just simple normal speed run it again. So now next time it will enter, instead of books, it's entering novels here. Simple. So you can change the data. ID equal to input, it's actually using it. This is selector number one, which is showing here. This is, I think, a CSS selector. It's using it. Selector number one, like that. If you really want to add more selectors, you can add it there as well. Okay. So, and then let's say this selector is not at all working. You can just again inspect it, this particular selector. See, I'm inspecting it, and then it got added here. And then saying selector number three on the basis of area search books, means on the basis of accessibility selector, it is actually using it. Okay, again inspect it once again. Let me just try it again. Okay, I think these are the three selectors it's taking. Anyways, yeah. right? So yeah, just try that and it's absolutely good to go. See X and Y offset also it's giving me. This is a CSS selector, it's actually giving me here like this. So you can just use the CSS selector and use it in your Selenium script if you quickly want to use that as well. So this is a quite handy feature. I really liked it. And you can also try and check multiple script that you can maintain here for your application before writing the main script in your framework. And then you can quickly check that is it really working or not. And then if you really want to, let's see, without automation, your manager says, okay, hey, can you please do quickly this user registration flow or without manually entering the values? So that will be so boring, right? Every time we have to do the manual entry and do the fill the registration form. And then if you really want to do with the Selenium, you have to open your IntelliJ or Eclipse and then start the Selenium thing and then run it. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not working. And Selenium is not properly installed, or Playwright is not properly installed, or Cypress is not working today, or it's my new laptop. You just need to open your browser and then log in with your Chrome profile, and then you will see all your flows here and quickly run it here. So quick data entries or search flow, registration flow, boring administrative tasks, filling the forms, those things you can just quickly do it from here. And some script is deprecated, not working, you can always delete it from here as well. Okay, so just try that. I hope this is something very interesting feature already added in the Chrome. If you haven't explored it, please explore it and let me know if you find more other findings in the recorder, and just write it in the comment section in that case. Thank you so much, guys.